Hello, I have Brittany here, and I'm going to ask Brittany a question about child abuse. And Brittany, what do you think about child abuse?
Well, I think it's wrong, of course, but I feel now a lot of people take child abuse a little bit too far. A lot of things that they claim are child abuse aren't, they're just child rearing methods. All around, like, child abuse is a terrible thing and it's very prevalent in society today, but in general, I think it's a much more bigger topic than it needs to be.
Okay. And I have Wilson here. Wilson, what do you think about child abuse?
Just like Brittany said, I disagree with child abuse because when the kids grow up, they turn to be more violent. And in the society that we live in now, more kids are violent in school and outside of school also. So I think it's a bad thing.
Okay, thank you. And Scott, what do you think about child abuse?
I agree with Brittany and Wilson. Child abuse is a thing that is intolerable in all ways. And like Brittany said, a lot of people, they say a lot of things are child abuse when they really aren't. Maybe it's just like certain punishing methods. But as far as child abuse goes, it doesn't need to happen.
Okay. And the second question I have for you, Brittany, is do you consider whooping child abuse?
Yes and no. Like, we were all spanked when we were kids. I was definitely hit when I was a kid, and I turned out perfectly fine. Some people do take it too far, like when you start using like hoses or like thick, like hard objects and stuff that are hurtful or can actually damage you, then it's child abuse. But like a little swat or two, it's mostly the shock that scares kids. It's not the actual physical violence of it that teaches them to stop doing what they're doing.
Okay. And what about you, Wilson? Do you think whooping is child abuse?
It's not because, like, when I was raised, I'm from Haiti, so I'm used to getting spanked or whooping, if you want to call it that way, because when I was in school in Haiti, we used to get whoopings, but if they take it to an extended level where they're using any type of object, then it's child abuse. So I believe that children, they should get spanked, but not like hard whooping where you get the iron cord or something like that, or the cable or the remote, you just throw it at them. That's when it's child abuse, right? So.
Okay, and Scott, do you agree?
I agree that, I don't think that a whooping is child abuse. Me, as a child, I got plenty of spankings when I was a kid, and I turned out to be a good member of society. I've heard, kids that get, beat up. I think that everyone can distinguish between, like, a normal spanking and, like, a parent actually just beating up a kid just to take out their anger. And, the beating, like beating a child, I don't think that is, I don't condone that kind of action.
Okay. And what is an effective way of trying to discipline a child?
Well, like, there's a lot of different ways, but I'm very close with my brother. He has two kids. They're, like, within the same year apart, so they had them, like, back to back. Now, with them, because they're so young, it usually works if you have the child choose their own punishment. Like, if they do something bad, you sit them down, you explain to them what they did bad, you have them, like, reiterate to you what they did that they knew was wrong, and then you ask them, like, how would you punish you if you were me? And it makes the kid kind of like start to think more. There's more constructive ways, like you can make them clean, or you can also implement like a reward system, like, you get reward as equally as you get disciplined, and stuff like that.
Okay, and what do you think, Wilson? Same thing?
I think that the best way to like resolve that problem is to take something that they value away from them. For example, if it's a boy, like if he likes playing video games, you take that away from him. If whenever he do something bad, because he's gonna miss playing that video game. If it's a girl, let's just say dolls or whatever it is, you just take that item away from them and they will learn from that situation.
Okay, and Scott?
I think both ways are good. They just have, like, some of their faults. I think, like, if you take something away from a kid, if a kid's still, like, allowed to, like, go out and, like, play with his friends, obviously he's not going to care if his mom takes away, like, his Xbox or something. You can just go to his friend's house. I think the best way to punish a kid is to, like, ground them, like, lock them in their room. Well, not lock them in their room, I don't want to encourage anybody, like, locking up their kids in the basement or anything. But, say that they're grounded. Kids want to be with their friends. So if you, keep them away from them friends, it teaches them, how to behave.
Okay. All right. Well, this morning, guys, my son didn't want to wake up for school. And I actually whooped him and whooped him and whooped him until bruises came out. What should I do? Or are you guys going to report me? Or what are you guys going to do?
Well, honestly, I'm probably not going to report you, but I'm going to tell you that was a really terrible thing to do, and you might want to look into an effective anger management system.
And what about you? You going to report me?
No, I won't, because that's your child, and you decide whatever you want to do with that child. But you should not be being that child like that. You should just try to throw water in his face or something like that.
Okay. Well, I disagree with both you and Brittany. First of all, I did not whoop my child this morning till bruises came out. But I did read an article online, and it said that, if you see or experience someone that's being abused, you have to report it, or else you will be arrested and you will be charged. Do you guys even know the 1-800 number? You know that you guys can remain anonymous, right?
Yes, I know. About
So you guys know the 1-800 number if you guys see experiences like that?
Well, I don't know what I should know, but I know how to dial 911 and leave an anonymous tip.
Oh, okay.
So it's
All
like
right.
the same thing.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem with society today. Like, whenever we see a crime or something occurring, we don't speak, we don't say anything, we just stay silent. And
Oh, yeah, especially Haitians, because I'm Haitian, and if, my mom, if she's standing outside and she's experiencing something, she's going to look. But once the cops come, she's like, oh, I don't speak English. Yeah, but we'll look. Yeah, we're nosy.
Yeah.
All right, well, I definitely want to thank you, Brittany and Wilson and Scott, for your time this morning. And I hope you guys have a good day.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.